Well, we're already on the third day of Fact Day, wrapping up the biggest event here in the region. And we're here with the Director of Operations, Jorge Arismendi. Jorge, first of all, thank you so much for welcoming us and for your openness. To start, could you tell us a bit about what this big challenge of FABTECH 2024 meant?
Well, the main challenge. Well, it's that we've become the biggest event at the national level when it comes to the metalworking industry. Right now, we're using all of Intermex, which is about 27,000 square meters, where we're hosting more than 450 exhibiting companies and over 20 participating countries, bringing the latest in technology. For example, the laser section, as we mentioned earlier, takes up a large part of the exhibition floor. However, the big challenge is accommodating more than 300 machines that are operating on site. That's the most impressive thing we've seen over these 3 days. The fact that the machines aren't just on display, but are actually running at 100% on the exhibition floor.
Absolutely. That's exactly what people who attended previous FABTECH events and those here now have told us, seeing the machines in action. Beyond that, what other major innovation did you have? Can you tell me, was there any new feature at this FABTECH? And were we able to pull it off successfully at Tech?
Well, the innovation really comes from the exhibitors, basically. They're the ones who bring all these new technologies, all that innovation. What we've been adding are projects in the conference program, where the exhibitors themselves participate with some sessions that are a bit more technical, a bit more business-oriented. But we also have conference sessions where we invite professional speakers to, help these visitors grow their businesses, to create new business opportunities. And something very important that we just signed a moment ago is an agreement with the state government, with the Secretariat of Equality and Inclusion, where we have become the first expo to sign this agreement with the government of the state of Nuevo León to carry out an entire program that will take us a whole year to implement, to train all the staff, to train the venue, to start establishing all these new regulations so we can become a 100% inclusive event.
And with this inclusion, what is the prediction for the coming years? I understand that next year is already confirmed. How many years can you guarantee me that FABTECH will be in this venue?
Well, next year we're coming back to Monterrey. Next year we'll be here in May, from May 6th to 8th, if my memory serves me right. But this is an event at post-pandemic. We had to make some adjustments, and next year we're repeating. But after the 2025 Monterrey edition, we'll go back to the model we had before, which is 1 year in Monterrey and 1 year in Mexico City.
And speaking of cities, we understand that in the northern part of Mexico, there's a lot of demand when it comes to innovation and technology. Have you noticed if this has any impact on holding the event here, and maybe for the community of people who come here to invest? Does it make it easier for them to come to Monterrey?
Well, the big advantage Monterrey has is that it's an industrial city, first and foremost, 100%. Its air connectivity is among the best we have after Mexico City. Obviously, we also have other benefits, such as the large hotel capacity. Major tourist attractions, even though we're primarily known as an industrial business-focused city, as many people see us. We also have areas for cultural tourism, sports tourism, and ecotourism. We have great attractions around our state to make the buyer's visit even more appealing. You can come for 3 days to work and stay for the weekend, to enjoy our magical towns, to enjoy the mountains, the deserts, and so on. We have great diversity.
And getting a bit into our target audience, laser technology, personally, Jorge, how have you seen innovations in laser technology in this regard? What have been the demands of the major companies that come to set up here at FABTECH?
Well, look, what I can tell you is that there's a high demand for new technologies. So much so that in our one-on-one business meeting program, over these 3 days, we've had more than 350 meetings so far. So this shows that people come looking for those innovations, those technologies, and the exhibitors themselves are bringing new equipment, whether it's bigger or with more advanced technology in terms of precision, handling, and so on, software, etc. So honestly, I think we're easily going to surpass 10,000, maybe 12,000 visitors over these 3 days. And I think that really shows that industries are looking for that technology. Especially in our state, now with everything related to the opening up of nearshoring, Obviously, there are a lot of companies setting up in our country and in our state as well, both domestic and foreign. And that motivates companies to become more innovative, to adopt new technologies so they can be more competitive and enter this global market that we already have. It's not something that's coming, it's something that's already happening. And honestly, any company that doesn't innovate or doesn't have technology is going to be left out of this boom we're experiencing right now.
Well, yes, that's right, Jorge. My final thought now as we close the event.
We invite you to visit our website, which is www.fabtechmexico.com, where you can find all the information about the event and, of course, get ready for May 2025.
That's right.